Okay, YouTube, I'm Rap from Rap's Garage Shop, and today on my channel, I'm going to help someone who reached out. They said that every time they turn the handlebar switch from off to run, it blows the fuse. Here's the handlebars right here. You can see that red wire is power coming up. So we know there's a wire short at the ground, and it's not the power supply wire, but I do want to show you where that wire comes from. Right here it comes from the ignition fuse, and that's a gray wire. That gray wire comes across, and it's a gray wire on pin 3 on connector 1A. You can see that power wire also comes up here to the ignition, to the TSM or TSSM module, and then it also goes into the EFI harness. Now, like I said, if that switch was off and you turned the main power switch on and it blew the fuse, you would be looking on this power side of things, but we know that that's not the case. I don't believe it's the TSM or the TSSM module. You can see here I colored it in pink so it's easy to follow, but it's the 1A connector. And that goes to this 1B connector. One side of the connector is going to be A, the other side is going to be B. So right here, it comes to number 3 also. Comes all the way across this print over to the connector for the hand controls. That connector is 22B. That power wire is on pin 3 and it's still a gray wire. On this print you can see it's 22A, pin 3, gray, and that's the supplied power to the engine off-run switch. So the issue has to be on the other wire that's coming out of that switch, and you can see I colored that in green. Now one of those wires goes over to the start switch. That way you can't hit the starter until you have that run switch in the run position. That wire comes down the handlebars. It's a white wire with a black stripe to pin 4. The first thing I would definitely say is if somebody cut the wires to put on either high bars or to run them inside the bars, I would go looking there. That's where you're probably going to find your mistake. But with that being said, that white with a black stripe comes down to pin 4 on connector 22A. The first thing I would do here is I would take this 22A connector apart. I'd get an ohm meter, and I'd get one side of the ohm meter on pin 4. Then I would put the other side of the ohm meter straight to the metal of the handlebars and check to see if you have a short. If you have a short, you know that problem's up in these wires. You should also, at that point, check that ohm meter to every one of these pins, because that wire could be shorted to something else in this harness, causing you to blow that fuse. Somewhat unlikely, but not impossible. If this connector is disconnected, the only wire that you would see 0 ohms to is pin 3 if the switch is turned on. Other than that, it should be open on your meter. The next thing I do is I connect this connector back together, and then again it's this wire comes off pin 4, comes down here, and the only other connection it has is over here on the main harness for 1B, and that goes into pin 6 over here. Next thing I would do is at this connector I would take it apart. I check the wire on the handlebar side of this connector. I would check pin 6 to the metal on the handlebars, and then I would also check ohms from pin 6 to the negative side of the battery and see if it goes to 0 ohms. If it's 0 ohms, you would know your short is on the handlebar side of the wiring harness. Now, from this 1A connector, pin 6, it goes to 1B on this side of the connector. It's still pin 6, it's still white-black. Now that white-black loops around and goes right to the ignition harness. If you haven't found the short to ground on the handlebar side of the wiring harness, I would check it right here. Next thing I do is, with this connector disconnected, I put one side of the ohm meter to the negative side of the battery. I would check it right here, pin 6, with the other side of the ohm meter. If you see 0 ohms, then you know your short is on this side of everything. I would disconnect this connector at that point with this one still disconnected and see if you're measuring 0 ohms to the negative side of the battery. If it is, then you know it's in this little bit of harness right here, and that's all a white wire with a black stripe. I'd leave this connector disconnected, and then I'd go to the other side of it. Again, here it's on pin 2, that's connector 8. It's still a white wire with a black stripe. Now this person didn't tell me whether it's EFI or carbureted, so I'll go through both scenarios. This is EFI. On the EFI connector, it comes in at pin 2, it's still black with a white stripe, and it only goes to 2 places once it comes over here. It comes over here to the system relay, and it also comes over here to the electronic control module, your computer in other words. So what I would do over here is I'd pull this system relay and see if the short went away. If it doesn't, then you know that short is somewhere down the line here. I would check it right here. It's still a white with a black wire, comes in on pin 13. Now I'd remove this whole connector and see if the short went away. So that kind of leads you to realize that if this connector is disconnected and the relay is pulled, if you still have a short, then you know it's somewhere in this wiring harness. It's pretty much the same if you have a carbureted bike. It comes in on pin 2, it's white with black, but over here it goes to the coil, and then it also goes to the ignition module. Again, if the coil's disconnected and the connector on the ignition module is disconnected, and you're measuring right here from pin 2, you know that short would have to be right in this area in the wiring harness. And again, that's how I'd go about it. I'd look for a short to ground here in the handlebars. If it's not in the handlebars, I'd look for a short to ground in this section of the wiring harness. If you have both sides disconnected and one of them short at the ground, then you know it's somewhere out in the harness. Again, if you have both connectors disconnected and you're reading a short to the negative side of the battery or short to ground, you know it's out here in the harness. And same with a carburetor and an EFI. The way to do a shortcut to all this would be have all your connectors connected back up. But if you're EFI, I'd leave the relay out and I'd leave this connector off the ECM. If you're carbureted, I'd leave the wires off the coil and I wouldn't have this connector to the ignition module. Then I would turn all the power on and see if it blows the fuse. If it doesn't blow the fuse then you know your problem on a carbureted bike is either the coil or the ignition module, or if you're on an EFI bike, you know the problem's either the relay or the ECM. At that point, I turn power off. I plug the relay back in, turn power on and see if it blows the fuse. Of course, if it does, you know the problem's with something to do with the relay. If it doesn't, I turn power off again, I plug the connector back to the ECM, and I turn power on again, see what happens with the fuse. If it were carbureted, I turn power off, I plug the ignition module in, turn power on, see if it blows the fuse. If it doesn't, I turn power off, wire the coil back up, turn power on, and see if it blows the fuse. If you check down in the description on this video, I'll leave a link, and that link will lead to all the wiring diagrams for all of the 05 bikes. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments of the video. But my guess is most people put high bars on, and that's where the problem is. I worked on quite a few bikes that had shorts, and as soon as I go into that wiring where they change the bars, every time somebody's hacked it together. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.